And we are back. Hello, Sven. Yo, what's up, Firebat? Oh, where is it? There it is. Let's just let this ROM hack do its thing. Oh yeah, I'm just letting it do its thing. That's right. There we go. Oh boy. This way? Oh, well, I can't leave. Oh shit. I actually can't leave. Trapped forever in this room. Oh. Well, cool. Now I'm on the floor. Now Samus is playing the ultimate game of hide and seek. All right, let us retrieve a hat. I don't feel like making a decision. Draw names from the hat. Can I move it? I cannot. Which the hell one of these icons? This one. Okay. Well, bam! Draw a name from the hat. Sprite can! Ain't gotta tell me twice. But if you did want to tell me twice, who would you tell me? King Graham. You know what? If I was a complete fucking madman, I would track my PBs with each character. Thankfully, I'm only a little bit of a madman. Let me bring up my bot. I rolled a 2. I rolled a 2 earlier. Okay. Technically, I guess number 1 would be number 2, but that doesn't make sense unless you stop and think about it, and I highly recommend that you don't stop and think about it. Zero indexing when? Oh man. I'm gonna go ahead and say never because I don't know what that means. Once again, must remember, am caveman. Someone told me about video games. I originally came to this website because some dopey British people were playing Minecraft for a charity event. And then I saw some dude playing Final Fantasy VI at 4 in the morning. I stuck around because I found Mystery Science Theater 3000 streams and people playing Super Metroid multiple times in one sitting. And the fun stuff started for at least a couple years. Oh, yeah. Is that something I can tell, like, my computer to automatically do? Because, as you see here, this is just how the, this is how the randomizer passes out the ROMs. Where the first one doesn't have a number, and then each one after that has a consecutively higher number. Because even if I had this one marked as 0 in parentheses, I'd still get one that is unnumbered. Unless I went in and, like, manually changed the name of each one. And since I really like the fact that, I can use the same SRM files across all of these different ROMs, it's just super convenient. Also cuts down on the likelihood that I'll ever have to watch a cutscene. And given the way that the randomizer works now, I kinda have to watch the cutscene, and then it breaks on the first screen. Okay, we've got a good palette here. Anyways, I'll be right back. Okay. So, let's make sure I've still got some requests lined up. Am I curious enough to check this with only 1 minute? No? Okay. Ooh! Alright, let's get ready to get ready. Holy crap, I'm ready. But I need to get my good luck, have fun, cut and copied. And then blah 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 blah. Is my TV doing something weird? No, my eyes were doing something weird. That's never a good sign. Have luck, fun good. Thank you, Firebat. Same to you. Three, 2, 1, let's go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. actually just recently watched a YouTube video. I don't remember the name of the guy that put it out, but it was Zenny and Zost were breaking down Reverse Boss Order. It's like a 45-minute long video. It was a lot of fun to watch. It's just one more route in this game that I don't think I will ever be able to do. Need to double back on my watch history and see if that guy has videos for some of the other routes. Fuck. 42, 47. 42, 47, black. He does not. Oh, well, you know the video I'm talking about then. Good. Is every once in a while I get the desire to, you know, either watch a marathon run or watch some kind of analysis video for something in Super Metroid, or like glitch explanations or stuff like that. And I keep stumbling upon little pieces of information throughout like all of those videos where it's like, that's something that I knew about this game, but I've either never had to personally use it, or it's just something I kind of had ingrained in my memory from playing this game for so long. It's just like, oh yeah, that's why I do that. Golden Chorizo code. I mean, I think it was just like yesterday that I watched the video, so it should be pretty recent in my history. It's a runner's name, by the way. Nice. That makes more sense then. I think the next handful of times I do casual playthroughs of this game, I just either need the practice hack or at least some version of this game that has like boss health numbers. That might be kind of nice. Even though I don't functionally need to know, because I've gotten pretty much every boss down to either a pattern or a number of times I have to hit him. Might be more interesting to know about like random enemy health. Oh nice, his head didn't blow up. And I didn't get any drops. And there's one guy that does glitch videos for a whole bunch of different games, and I watched his Super Metroid one, which was kind of fun. Also watched his videos for Aria of Sorrow, Dawn of Sorrow, Symphony of the Night. I think he also did one for Link to the Past that I watched. I think I've watched his Ocarina of Time one. And he had his glitch video for like Pokemon Emerald is really long. Well, thank you for the offer. I believe you've sent me the practice hack already over Discord at some point. So I think I might just have to look back in the DMs for that one. If not, I will request another copy of it. It evolves regularly. Well, very nice. And it's all just... Whoop! Oh, and it turns out, I actually have that Smile program on my external hard drive. So one of these days, I think I need to copy it over to the laptop. Try firing that up one of these days. See if I can make heads or tails of it, because I probably won't be able to at first. I really should have dropped a bit more before I shot that. And I really should have ran a bit more before I jumped. F. Once again, this is why I don't do direct commentary over my every action in this game. So all it would be is, oh, I fucked this up. Oh, I fucked that up. Oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. I'd have to do, like, after-the-fact commentary in order to keep up with everything. And have a fucking clicker. Whoop, whoop, hip, hop, whoop. And then I think I keep talking about shit that I need to do, especially when it comes to this game. And I know all I'm doing is adding another body to Foundations, but the one thing I have been thinking of off and on in different variations is making a custom version of the Samus hitbox sprite, in which I just delete Samus out of the sprite and it's just the hitbox. I kind of want to do the same thing that the outline version of Samus does, where I would recolor the hitbox to be the color of Samus's visor, so that when you're in dark rooms, the whole hitbox flashes. I just, would need to identify which color it is in the palette, I think. I shot... Still fucking got him, though. Proof that you can do things even when you fuck up. Maybe, like, instead of the mini-map, it would show... This is probably something that's already been done, but just to have, like, how much damage your current loadout is currently doing, as far as the beams and beam combinations. Which I know those numbers are readily available on various websites on the internet. Excuse me. Just, once again, I am shit at multitasking. And again, that would really only be something that would be valuable during a casual playthrough or a randomizer. But then it would only be like temporarily useful. Maybe it'd have to be something that's on the pause screen. Because I'd only want to use it to, like, make decisions about how to fight certain bosses during randomizers. But usually by the time I'm fighting bosses in randomizers, with the presets that I choose to use, I'm usually either overpowered or I still know how to fight the boss. So I don't know. But either way, so after I got that PB a couple weeks back, I started thinking to myself, okay, what do I need to do in order to beat that? Now, there's still a handful of places in that run where I can clean things up, but I honestly get the feeling like in order to beat that run, I'm gonna have to learn some new stuff. Like, I really don't want to have to give up screw attack just yet, so I might need to work on my consistency with Green Gate. Because I know I can do the Green Gate glitch because it's not that hard, but getting the correct placement consistently for me is kind of rough. I know that just skipping screw attack entirely would be faster. I also know that getting to Halfy would be faster. But I'm pretty sure both of those things come down to practice. And unless I'm willing to start doing that, then it's all just going to come down to the stars aligning. And while there's a degree of that that's kind of fun, I definitely understand that there are things that I can do that would increase my chances of getting a better time than what I got. Although, I am not, like, dissatisfied with that run. It's faster than I thought I'd be able to take this route. And with a route like mine, I'm not exactly sure that it's worth taking to the bleeding edge of how low I can possibly go with it. It really just becomes, okay, I do need to learn some new stuff. That being said, I still need to work on my basic movement and map navigation more than just about anything else. And I need to not do dumb mistakes like that. Well, thank you. If and when I do that, I will definitely hit you up. It's just, all of this is counteracted by the fact that I have, on multiple occasions, already done far better at this game than I ever thought I would. So that's kind of the perspective I keep looking at it with. Like, even just something as simple as those... like, when you're waiting for Ridley to show up in series, or you're waiting for Bomb Terizo to explode, and those little wall jumps that you do up in the top right corner, or that people do up in the top right corner, the royal you. I never thought I'd be able to do that. Just because I didn't think I'd be able to do wall jumps fast enough and consistently enough to do that. But I got used to it. And we got worse crabs. Also used to that. Hence why the people at the clinic have told me that I need to start going to some different ones. Can't just keep having you come in here every week, cutting to the front of the line. I didn't need to get more consistent at Shine Spark execution to begin with. I need to have an input reader on one of these times to show me what I'm actually doing. Not exactly sure how I'd get an input reader for my current setup on the Wii, so I'd have to do it on emulator, but my Xbox controller is not very comfortable to use for speedruns. Nice. Well, I know SNES 9X has an input viewer. The emulator I'm currently using is SNES 9X GX, or SNES 9GX. It's the one that's the homebrew one. And it's an out-of-date version of it as well. So maybe I'd have to check my other Wii that has a more up-to-date version, but even then I'm not sure. Is an input reader something that would be able to be incorporated into a ROM hack? Like instead of the mini-map? Okay. So that'd probably be the best way of doing that then. It'd just be a real basic one, of course, nothing fancy. Because man, I have seen a fancy input reader or two back in my day. Who was it? It was OmniGamer that had the like the Dance Dance Hero input reader. Practice Hack has it? Good. Sounds like that's all I'd need. Realistically. Come on. secret. It's too low for the atomic. Got the key hunter, though. Because, yeah, I fear that a lot of times my Shine Spark execution is as inconsistent as it is because sometimes I just resort to mashing. And the input that gets picked up when it's time to activate the Shine Spark is sometimes just not the right one. I mean, it's how I used to do bomb jumping before I figured out the timing for it. Give me my pancakes. AVG internet security, I swear to God. Remind me tomorrow. Not while I have multiple windows open and I'm actively doing things. Oh, whoop, whoop. Back. Oh, let's not be foolish. Let's refill my Sprite can. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Ah. Oh, and of course, I actually hit him while he's in there, so he's just frozen in the wall. Didn't kill him or anything, just hit him enough to freeze him in place. Gee, thanks. Another big strat that I need to learn is the Shine Spark against Dragon. Because if I learned how to do that, I could cut out 2 super missile packs. And I'm pretty sure the Shine Spark fight is faster than what I do normally. And then cutting out 2 super packs is also going to be a lot faster than what I do normally. It would also make Turian a lot more nerve-wracking. Oh yeah. Oh, I need to get up that wall faster. I feel like if I had another second, another split second, if I had just a tiny bit more time there, I could probably get a halfie if I needed to, but it's just something that I never practiced. I think it all just came down to the fact that when I started speedrunning Super Metroid, I was only just like a couple minutes away from cutting the 1 to begin with. Again, I don't have my notebook in front of me, so I don't know how close I was. But it was like close enough where I said to myself, all I need is reps. And sure enough, that is in fact the case. Because the route that I do now is technically slower than the route that I used to do. Because I get extra E-tanks and extra supers. It's because I made my route more safe intentionally so that I could complete races. So I mean, if I went back to what I used to do, even that might just be enough. But I don't know. I like to give myself a pretty wide margin for error in this game. Drop the safeties last. I hit the ceiling. also the power bomb strat for Plasma Room here. You can lay a power bomb somewhere in the middle of this room, and it hits all of the pirates except for this bottom one. And I'm not sure if there's a good visual cue for where that spot is. I'm not sure if there's a bad visual cue for it, because I don't remember where I saw that video. I fear that if I saw it on Twitter, I will never ever see it again. Because even if I did like the video, I have so many things in my list of likes on Twitter that I don't think I'd be able to find it. Have to double check. I'm pretty sure Twitter has a some kind of search feature for your liked list. If not, I can always just Control F. It's just, it might be really far back in the memory banks. Gosh dang it, we had to go with this song from Snatcher. Can't go with one of the cool songs? Also need a Sega emulator on my computer. So that I'd possibly be able to play Snatcher with full audio. So I do remember there being some issue when I tried to play it on the Wii here. If I still get the music, then I don't need the voice acting. But if I just had the voice acting and I didn't have the music, that's an issue. Or I could just keep doing what I always do and just watch the long play of Chapter 1. So that's my favorite part of Snatcher. It plays out almost perfectly like a movie. And if you try to follow along with the investigation, it's kind of fun. Until you start realizing that a lot of shit in that game just does not make sense. But this is fine. Good assortment of drops. also getting the Shine Spark through here would be a little bit of a help. But like this room is one of the big reasons why I get Screw Attack for the bottom part of it. Another good reason would be Three Musketeers. Seen far too many people lose far too many runs to the Three Musketeers. Shoot down, dummy. Then I need to stop getting hung up on corners like that. Shit. Nope. Come on, get me! I need more power bombs. Passing up a lot of supers, and the game's RNG is giving me the side eye right now. Whoa. Make sure I actually have power bombs. I don't know. It's been thinking about different ways to improve what I'm doing. And honestly, I think it all just comes down to the fact that I need to play the game more frequently. Not even necessarily doing practice, like practicing individual segments. I just need to pick a month, pick a week, pick a day of the week besides Friday, where I play the game a couple times. We'll see if the work schedule and energy levels will accommodate that after the holidays, though. Yeah, we'll Firebat taken first with a 4805, GG. Like to be able to hit that jump consistently. We get the goofy shading on Kraid and Dragon again. Ugh. Oh, maybe I think I need to just like... I need to do some more side-by-side video comparisons, I think. Either against my PB or by against someone else's run that is relatively close to me in terms of time. Be like, okay, I can do this better, I can do this better. Because some of those older videos I've got of the side-by-side comparison of the 9 and the 11. It's kind of interesting for me to go back and rewatch some of those because I see how wildly the lead swings back and forth at certain points in those runs. where it's like, because I screw up one big thing in the early race, the late race just takes the lead for like the next 5 minutes until I screw up something in that run. Am I too far? I'm not. Oh my god, it's this song again. This isn't even on my request line. This is quickly becoming one of the most frequently heard songs on the game channel for me. And it's a really cool song. I really like it. But it's also the song that I've heard more than any other from Pokemon XY. Just because I used to do experience share grinding on the Elite Four and the Champion. Just so fucking much. Ended up with so many level 100 Pokemon. I really should plug that in again one of these days. See if there's still any kind of online presence, like Wonder Trade or any of that is still a thing. Probably not. I should get my .time typed out. $55.27. So this is going to be a relatively high, like a high mid 57, which is pretty good. It's also a pretty good song to fight Mother Brain too, I'm not gonna lie. Boing. Also need to time out my space jumps / wall jumps so I don't get bonked by that little platform anymore. A lot of 2s and 1s. Hello. Oh, for fuck's sake. My computer's storage space is fine. There's something temporarily taking it up. This happens so fucking frequently. Hold on, what was it? A 5742 GG. Yeah, I've got like over 10 gigs free, at least. I don't know what is like temporarily taking up space. But I'm not like saving local recordings. So there's just some kind of like junk data. That's 40. But yeah, I guarantee all I need to do is just like reset my computer and it's gonna stop being a pain in the ass. Well, this was only 3 seconds slower than my 9 o'clock time from last week. So all I need to do is just write down some new seconds. And keep that 57 sitting there. But yeah, I bet it's just like a whole bunch of like Windows shortcut data. Or it's like the temporary files. Probably just need to clean out some system junk. But God knows I can't get AVG to do that for me, so I'd have to pay extra for that fucking program. I don't think I'm paying anything currently. Because why the fuck should I? Thanks for the race. Smiley face. Air Force! Your rate for collecting items is a number, portrayed here in yellow. See you next mission. Right. How easily accessible. Oh, good. It was just under the Panic notebook. Okay. Do I have... is... You know what? Those notes are good enough. And I don't really feel like playing Shadowgate right now. It's a fun game. But, kinda thinking about playing another game that I have notes for. The thing I was wondering about my notes for Shadowgate is, there's this one room where you have to grab a bottle off of a shelf. And there's more than one bottle there. So I'm kind of wondering exactly which one I'm supposed to grab. Because one of the last times I played through Shadowgate, I grabbed the wrong bottle, and then I grabbed the right one. And I'm trying to remember if I ended up dying to the Reaper because I took too many actions in an unheated room. Or I think I screwed up in the glitch part, where you're loading your inventory with pairs of glasses. And then just like all of a sudden the thing I was looking for didn't spawn in. And then I ended up like overwriting something that broke the game. NES Shadowgate is very temperamental. You know what? Fuck it. It's not like super deep into the run. And if I can make sure that these notes are like exact, it would definitely help out in the future. Unless I have a save state in that room. In that case, that would be the better bet. Okay, let's see here. Do I have any save states for this? I have some. Where am I here? Okay, that's where I take the glasses a whole bunch. And then the staff is the thing that shows up. I think I had these save states just so I could mess around with this. See how full you could get your inventory before the game just said stop. Please stop. Render stat. I'll have to keep that in mind. The last thing you remember is a wizard as he's waving his hands. Now you find yourself. And the druid's words, blah 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 blah. Destroy us all! Okay, so open skull. does not reset my cursor. Really wish it did. Take the key. Open the door. Now I can cancel and just click on the door. Eyeballs. The only thing here for you is a horrible death. Well, I need to use key 1 on the door. And then we need to go in the door. And we need to open this book. And we need to take the key. Now go back. When it says go back, you just go down and click that. So that was step 3. Step 4 is use key 2 on this door. Press B to unselect, not disselect. Disselect is not a word. Okay, so now we need to take the sling and then go back. I can't just hit B twice, which would be nice. That might also lead to problems. Okay, so now I just go back in the big door, right? Go in main door. So when in doubt, you just hit that, which is what I needed. Then I need to go in the right door. Can I just click down here? It's open. Step 9 is go indoor. Ah, yes. So this is where I need to take the top left 3 stones. It seems mighty particular, but I was watching someone's marathon run, and I was like pausing and rewinding to exactly determine what they were doing in order to get this glitch to work. And then click behind the waterfall. One of my favorite parts of the run right here. You gotta hit that rock. Ow! And then there's a bag. You don't hit the bag, but you open the bag. And then I don't remember if there's a particular order that you're supposed to take these in. Doesn't say anything about that in the notes. My notes just say take gems. And I know from past experience, these notes are just about as good as I can get when it comes to my personal note-taking. More go back. And another go back. Then I need to go in the left door. Then use middle stone in sling. Use white gem in hole by the door. Take sphere, go in door. Take sphere. Go in door. Oh, here's another good part of the run. First thing we need to do is take this shield. Roar! It's a dragon! Take hammer and then take the spear. Hammer. Take the spear. And go back. And then go back. Go in the right door. Use my sphere on the lake. Then I'm still on use. Select my torch. Use torch on the lake. And then retake my sphere. And while I'm on take, grab this key from the Bony Boy. And go back. And that's page 1. Another go back. Then I need to take that left torch. And then I need to click on that spot in the wall to reveal secret passage. Now I'm in here. Arrows in hand. Use left torch. It's a hidden door. Go in left door. Then go in left door. Now this is a part where I should probably drop a save state. Because my action counter in unheated rooms is getting up there. My little torch there is starting to burn out. It says use torch on other torch. So I'm assuming it means I'm not assuming, I know that it means use this torch on this special torch that we picked up earlier. Burns with a strange white flame. Smack that ghoul right in the face with a flaming torch. Okay, I should still be good for another couple of actions. So I need to take this right torch, take that cloak, take the cloak. Then am I taking that left torch? I'm taking that left torch. Can you believe it? Open the door, go in the door. This is the other room. Well, actually, this is the one room I was thinking of earlier. And it's real hard to see. But there's these two bottles here. And I don't think that's a third bottle down there. I think that's the inside of the shelf. I did just save, so I can mess around with this a little bit. Is that the one I need? Yeah. Okay. So that is... the left one. So let me update these a little bit. Okay, so that's really the only way I wanted to update these notes. But I still have some time. So what I need to do now is I need to look at the sign twice. Look at it. It says E4. Look at it. Some sort of magic word. Now is when I want to use torch equals 2. And you see, as soon as I did that, my torch on the left burned out. So that was literally the last action I could have taken before a game over. So now that I know how to magic, I need to... I need to just use it? I need to just use it. So I have to go to the cards to sort through my inventory to get to the spell card. Epor! There are many strange things in this world. And that rope now leads up to the ceiling. Okay, so now I need to take a scroll and take bottle 2. Because that's the important thing, is the notes say bottle 2. Or bottle with the number 2 over it. And then click on the far wall, because you can just barely see there's an outline of a door right here. Go in the door. And to prevent my character from getting too frigid cold, I need to use cloak on self. And then I need to use... well, there we go. Where are we? Blue gem. I need to use blue gem on the hole. I am a crazy old man and my room is on fire. Please help me. To take scroll and go back. Because he's going to give me a scroll. I don't know what the shit this guy is talking about. All slides back into place. And then I take the scroll. Yeah. And then just go back. It says click right door. Well, there is no right door. Well, there is. It's the rope. We go up. And now, the surprisingly most important item of the entire glitched run. This here broom. And take the left torch. Where am I? Use hammer on middle mirror. Gotcha, boss. Smash! Use key 3 on door. Key 3 on the door. But we don't go into it just yet. Instead, we go back. And then we open the closest right coffin. Ah, it's a big spooky mummy. What do we do about a mummy? I can tell you what we do about a mummy. We use this here flaming torch on him. This is how we handle the undead in this game. Then this is one of the key items that we need to beat the game, is the scepter. And then we need to go back through that left door. Go in the door we opened. And then I need to use my sphere on the fire and the flames. See ya. Open up the door, go into the door. Now we We need to click the door, but then a troll appears and says, "Rada rada, you can't cross my bridge." Well, how do we deal with this? Why? The same way we've dealt with almost every obstacle in this game, with violence. And quickly, because he's not actually dead, go in the door. We have to use this crank on the well. Produce a bucket. Now it's time to deal with this big goofy bastard in front of me. Got ready, put the stone in the sling. Just wing it right for this guy's head. Death to the Philistine. Kershmiak. Right in the face. So now we need to open this bucket. The bucket is open. And then we take the gauntlet. And then we need to go in this door. Then we need to go in the first door on the left. Keep an eye on my time. Use red gem in hole by bookcase. Use red gem in hole by bookcase. Then we need to open this here desk. This order seems pretty particular. So we're going to take scroll 3, scroll 4, then the glasses, then key 5, then go in the door. Did I miss something telling me to use a scroll? Do I have that spell? Yeah, I missed something already. Oh, I'm not supposed to take scroll 3 and 4, I'm just supposed to open them. Scroll 3 and 4. Instantum Illumina. Okay. I don't know if those take up actions. I also don't know if this is a room where I get free actions. Seems like a room that would be fairly warm because there's a fireplace there, even though I don't know if the fire is actively burning. But either way. Now I need to use Tarak. A large crack appears around the equator of the globe. Well, congratulations, I just destroyed the planet. Oh, you mean that globe. Over there, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Dang, dude. Thought I was the villain of the story for a second. Alright, so we need to open the globe. And believe it or not, that's a 6. So we take key 6. And then we need to go back. Go back. And I'm starting to worry about that torch. So I'm going to use my extra torch right now. Because I think that I might have used up a couple of actions. Instead of just opening the scrolls, and then I took them, and then in the next room I opened them. Pretty sure that diminished my action count. So I just want to make sure that I don't die. Alright, second door on left. Use stone in floor. Which stone in floor? There's all these stones in the floor. The one with the handle, dummy. Right, now this is where I would use the other torch, according to the notes. So maybe I didn't use up action points. Because it looks like I'm still good. Even after that, I'm still good. Use Gauntlet on myself. And go in the door. Where am I at? Number 40. Step number 40. Take loot. Torch is still lit. That shouldn't mess me up later. Now I use the flute, right? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the music that plays when you use the flute is the theme from Deja Vu, which is one of the other games that these guys made. Now I need to take, if I can get centered on it, take the ring. Go back. And go back. And then go in the middle door. Okay, and that is where the torch runs out, is after step 42. So I can probably move that used torch if I needed to move it forward a step or two. But at the same time, I didn't need to light the other one I had early, so that's good to know. Use key number 5 in right door. Use it on that door. Use key 6 in left door. And then go in the left door. Number 44. This is another good part of the run. Because, oh, we get big spooky fire dog. Oh, I remember what messed up when I took the wrong bottle. An item just didn't spawn in. There's an item on the floor in an upcoming room that in that one run that I did on a Halloween a couple years ago, where I took the wrong bottle, so my inventory was a little messed up, had something in it that it wasn't supposed to. And then one of the required items for the thing to beat the game just like didn't spawn in. Like, well, that sucks. Of course, my notes say, use water on Spoopy Dog. So happened to be holy water. Hey, there's a race channel. Let's get in on that. See ya, dog. Now we take the horn. And now is when we start taking our glasses. And we just keep taking glasses. And we just keep taking glasses. And we've got free actions in this room. It says 2 big torches are lit. And braziers? Is it supposed to be a harder Z sound? And just keep taking them. Just keep taking them. Just keep taking them. Just keep taking them. Gotta fill like 5 pages. Until you see the staff. Then you take the staff. I think I was supposed to take the glasses one more time and then take the staff. Because now I have 2 staff. I'm sure it's fine. Where am I? Open bag 3. Take big coin and 2 gold coins. Okay, and then go back. I think I saw that I was back down to just one staff. So yeah, I think that should be fine. 45, go in right door. In the door. It appears to be a sphinx. And this is why that broom was so important. Normally, this big guy will ask you a riddle. And the riddle that he asks is somewhat random, out of a pool of a couple different ones. But the way that he's set up, you can still answer his riddle that he hasn't asked you yet. But if you actually try talking to him, then the riddle he will ask you will change what item it is that he's looking for. But in this state, right when you enter the room the first time, the item he's looking for is the broom. Go up the stairs. Go up the ladder. Yeah, that green blade that's on the floor in that one run I mentioned earlier just was not there. It was just the weirdest thing. So she's a pretty lady. Unfortunately for her, our character deals with problems in only one way. Well, turns out it was a dog. At least it was a wolf. Then we take the blade. Then we go back twice. Twice. So now we're in a room with the Sphinx. We get more free actions here because the torch is on the wall. Then we need to use the blade on the staff. Then we need to take glasses. And just keep on taking them. Hey, there's a sword. Too bad, it's now glasses. And it says stop at torch equals 1. So I did. Now we go back. Now we need to take the crest. We need to use my torch on the carpet. Still keeping an eye on my time, but I'm also getting pretty close to the end of this. And then we take that key that we just uncovered. It's key 4. We need to use key 4 on that door. And then go into it. Then we need to go right. Then use those glasses on myself. to use the scepter on the king. Oh, yeah, the scepter goes to this guy. The scepter isn't part of the endgame item. That's the staff that we take out of the magical bag filled with glasses. That's right. Use ring in hole. A suspiciously ring-shaped hole. Secret passageway. Go indoor. So now I'm down here. Go forward. Go right. And yep, that graphical glitch is one of the many ways you can tell that you're doing this right. Just go forward. Take orb. The top half of the cylinder just like magically shows up. And then we need to use the orb on the staff. Now where is that staff? Use orb on staff. Go back, go back. Go back. Go back. Dark and gloomy cavern. Use glasses on self. And then use, where are my spells? Use Illumina. Okay, so the gargoyles didn't like that. Turns out they would have ate me. So then we need to open the well cover. And then we need to take some more glasses. Need to take those glasses. And then use big coin in the well. Go in there. And we use the mallet on the gong. There's the ferryman. Use that on the ferryman. Sick. Damn, I'm like 3 steps away from the end of the game. I think I'm supposed to be on a different screen in my inventory. Okay, it is spot 4, not 5. Click Ferryman. Have to click his raft? Yes. Use bottom slot on self. Use horn. Go indoor. Okay, now it says take bottom slot glasses, inventory down once. And use the third slot on the monster, use the second slot on the monster. And that's GG. Wow. And then we fast forward because I need to get Super Metroid loaded up. And this ending screen is actually supposed to be glitched up a little bit. So I think I may have done some things in some slightly incorrect orders, but I got things corrected in the notes. I had, like, it might have been because I took that staff before I was supposed to. take Idle Girl. And I will be right back. All right. So I may need to double check on someone's notes on either a tool-assisted run of Shadowgate or rewatch a glitched run from a marathon or something. I'm kind of thinking that if you click on something and it gives you the nothing happened or you seem to be wasting your time message, I don't think that counts as an action. So it doesn't tick down your action counter. Or action points or whatever it is you want to call it. Troll is trying to join. Alright. Everyone else is ready. We're just, we'll wait for him. We'll wait for them. I don't know the person. So who do we got? Yo, Walkenut's in here. Is he gonna join the race? Oh, I do not know this game, but I like this song. But yeah, I really just wanted to polish up that one section on my notes for Shadowgate, and ended up correcting a couple things right near the end of the game as well, so... And I wanted to play something else during the intermission. How dare I? Switch over to Margatroyd in honor of Telomorph. Kind of like the palette that my girl ended up with here. Also good to know that I have a bit more time than I thought on that second torch. So I don't know if waiting a couple extra rooms would really change anything. Also don't really understand why the ending screen wasn't screwed up. I think it's because I didn't do stuff exactly right. But it still worked enough to beat the game. Shoop. Have your ass some fun, or we gonna put the gators on you. Here we go. Don't press B, don't press B, don't press B. 3, 2, 1. Don't press B. Now press B for the rest of the game. I know I've mentioned it before, but I'm pretty sure that's why the other Wii Classic controller that I used to use had to stop being used, basically. It's because it's the controller I used when I started learning this speed run, but also when I was learning how to do a run of Kirby Superstar Dynablade that would beat the tool-assisted run. Or at least not die, like in the tool-assisted run. It wasn't even like a death taken to save time or do anything. The guy just died. Unless it's like some wacky RNG manipulation that nobody knows about, but... $43.41. So yeah, when I was learning how to play Dynablade for speed, you have to mash the B button like fucking crazy in that game when Kirby is flying. Combined with it always being held down in this game. That button gave up the ghost pretty quickly. And I think it was a while after that that I started messing around with the Great Cave Offensive in Kirby Superstar. Where I started doing either 1% or 0%. Both are fun because both cut out like one of the longest parts of that game. Is that castle level that's in the middle of Great Cave Offensive that just... It's such a long and winding path to collect all of the treasures from that area. And so just completely bypassing it makes Great Cave Offensive super short. But there's just enough stuff to do throughout the rest of the run that it's not entirely free. I mean, man, if I were to try to come up with even like a top 5 for favorite games on the Super Nintendo, I'd still have to split it between RPGs and action games. And then there's some games that kind of bridge the gap between action games and RPGs. So then it starts becoming the minutia of how do you define each of these genres. There's games like Secret of Evermore, Secret of Mana, Illusion of Gaia. I kind of count those as action RPGs. Well, do they fit in Category A or Category B? Something like Legend of Zelda, I definitely consider an action game and not an RPG, because there's no real RPG mechanics at play. But with like Secret of Mana, Illusion of Gaia, Secret of Evermore, there's a lot more strategy and progression that's involved than just pure action games, where they're action games with RPG elements. But then you take stuff like Chrono Trigger, FF6, and Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. No, those are RPGs. It's when the lines between the genres start to get blurred. That's when the real nerds come out of the woodwork. But that's like why I always would get so confused when people would say that games like Skyrim or Fallout 4 are RPGs. And it's like, oh no. No, they are not. They are action games with RPG elements. If anything, an action RPG. And of course, my favorite dick-headed argument to make to these kind of people that really get up in arms about the minutia of subgenres is like, oh yeah? Well, what about Super Mario? You're playing the role of Mario in that game. That argument either gets just a flustered response or just a, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, there's a handful of games out there where you're not playing the role of anyone. You are strictly the player. But the moment where you are playing as someone in the video game, in a video game world, my argument still has an aggravating amount of validity. And yes, I usually just do say stuff like that, just to mess with people if I feel like they're taking video game subgenres way too seriously. Whoop, 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 whoop. But at the same time, I really like to dive into all of the different subgenres of music that's out there. Like, I'm the kind of dickhead that'll tell you there's a difference between rock and metal. And that there's a difference between metal and heavy metal. Even between rock and hard rock, I feel like there is enough of an audible difference. Of course, if you ask any of the old timers that are still around, they just tell you, we're just a rock and roll band. It's people from like the 70s onwards that tried to define different genres of the same style of music down to a T. Oh, I got him! Got him both times this week, man. Feels good. Just give the tiger knee to the various suit ball here. And I have become Poison Ivy. Yeah. There we go. Whoops. That super went straight into the fucking sky. Yeah, subgenre conversations are a lot of fun to have. Subgenre arguments are not fun to have. I think I've already brought up all of the big examples of subgenre misinterpretations. It's simply used just to help define the game even more down to a point. And stuff like Steam has really been helpful because you can just you can search for these games based off of these subgenres, which is really nice. Oh, I know my favorite, well, one of my favorite issues with subgenres is just, shall we say, regionality. In America, a game like Street Fighter is called a fighting game. Whereas I'm pretty sure in the UK and in other parts of Europe, they call that a beat 'em up. Whereas in America, a beat 'em up would be something like Final Fight. But over there, they would call that fighting game. And I should just say, in places over in the UK and Europe, they get those two genres flip-flopped from the American perspective. And then you've got shooters and shoot-'em-ups. The funny thing is with that one, though, I have never heard an FPS called a first-person shoot-'em-up. If you want to talk about a first-person shmup, wouldn't that be like Star Fox? Or NES Top Gun? Even then, I don't think I've ever heard of those games being described as first-person shmups. Or first-person shoot-'em-ups. I think I'm the only one. has put any kind of thought behind that classification. Now, games like Gradius, Tyrion 2000, Major Striker, to me, those are shoot-em-ups. I've heard lots of people call them shooters. Heard lots of people call them space shooters. But I prefer shoot 'em up or shmup because there's even subgenres within that category. Is your ship scrolling horizontally or is your ship scrolling vertically? Games like Gradius and R-Type, where you're going horizontally, well, that's an H shmup, or a horizontal shoot-'em-up. Likewise, a V shmup, or a vertical shoot-'em-up. It is, of course, all subjective as to how you define certain video games. Which is always funny to see, like, how other Steam users categorize certain video games. Because you gotta believe that a lot of them are just saying shit trying to be funny. Man, Om Nom. How dare you? It's another fun comparison between seemingly unrelated things. You could do the classic Twitch thing and start talking about food. There is definitely a certain mindset that exists between people when it comes to those two subjects of video games and food. There's some people that feel like in order to make good food, you need to follow the instructions on the back of the box. There are some other people that feel like you need to follow a strict recipe. If you are working in a professional kitchen, I understand that mindset. If you're a home cook, I do not understand that mindset. The same kind of thing as when you show someone who's uninitiated a speed run that utilizes a lot of exploits. What's the very first thing those people say? Oh, that's cheating. Oh, I don't... Oh, that's not developer intended. Don't you just love those arguments? bro, the deal is, if they were given enough time and resources to do proper quality assurance, pretty sure no glitches, bugs, exploits, or anything would ever exist. I also don't think that a lot of video games would have ever been released. And I did not hit him with hardly any of those. He was coming in hot. Like, I got him with one. Got him with this one, though. Now I just need to make sure I don't die. Because he's only, like, a couple missiles away from death at this point. All of that health that I picked up is just completely fucking gone now. One of the things that I really like about Super Metroid is because there's not really too much in this game outside of completely breaking it that some uninitiated person can look at and say, oh, that's cheating. Also, generally, the only people that complain about other people cheating in video games are people that play competitive video games. Not people that are into competitive gaming, but people that, like, play two-player competitive games. Balance is not as necessary in a single-player game as it is in a multiplayer game. I think we can all agree on that. On one hand, you want to provide an appropriate level of challenge for your single-player experience, but at the same time, man, in a single-player game, who are you playing against? No one. You're playing the game. Balance for one person in a video game is not necessarily what balance means for another person in a video game. And then the people that consider trial and error learning in video games to be the game cheating. My brother in Christ. That's not how a video game cheats. The one example I can think of, I don't even remember the exact name of the game. But it was a fighting game. I don't know if it was like one of the original King of Fighters games, or Fighters History or something. Probably was one of the original King of Fighters games, where the CPU would read your inputs. It would read your inputs and react to them faster than you could complete the action. Another great example would be the Terminator 2 arcade game. A game that is actually impossible to clear in a single credit. Because in some of the very first frames where the enemy is on screen, they are already doing damage to the player. So that even with frame-perfect execution, you still cannot complete that game in a single credit. Arcade games are the one category, genre of video games. We'll say category. Feels slightly different than genre. But it's the one category of video games where balance is pretty important for the single player experience. Because you've got money on the line. Yo, what's up, Real Work? I feel like I'm missing an energy tank. Thank you for the squids. Thank you for the good luck, don't die. Who is this character? Fuck, what is her name? I think her name's Katara? And this is her idol outfit? Yeah, I skipped an E-tank somewhere. Had to have been the Kraid tank. But yeah, this character has two different sprites. And in this one, she's wearing this cute evening gown. Dang, dude, JC and Tillamorph are both out of the race already. That sucks. But this girl also turns into Cute Kitty for Morph Ball, so I like her. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just blew by the Kraid tank. Probably pick up the one after Ridley. Ooh. Get some. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. I mean, if I can get past Kraid, or if I can get past Ridley, getting the E-Tank from his room is probably a little bit faster than getting it from Kraid. Probably not by that much. But yeah, you know me. I just got got on to yapping about different stuff, and I just let muscle memory take over. Mostly about video game subgenres and how they can be really silly. And how the people that argue about them are incredibly silly. Like I said, conversations about video game subgenres are one thing. Those can be kind of fun to have. Arguments on the same subject? No. When it just becomes, that's this kind of game or else you're stupid. That's kind of a stupid way of looking about things. You need to play video games the way I play video games, or else you're cheating and you're wrong. Love that. Puts the yapping about video games in Britain. Yup. You're welcome, Britain. That was actually one of the things I was going on about earlier. It's the fact that in some parts of the world, there are fighting games and beat-em-ups. Then in other parts of the world, there's beat-em-ups and fighting games. It's a real potato-potato kind of thing. No supers, but at least I've got power bombs. It's pronounced potato. And then, of course, it is extremely hard to take things in context when it's just text on a screen. I know, right? This sprite of this character in particular has got a lot of green going on. And she had magenta hair during Various suit, so she looks like Poison Ivy. I got a kick out of that. I think also her skin was slightly tinted green as well, so she really looked like Poison Ivy. Hola, Zuma! Another fun subgenre debate that I was mentioning earlier was the difference between shooters and shoot-'em-ups. And then that generally devolved into me talking about how I thought it was really funny that if you show an uninitiated person a speed run, one of the first things that they say is, "Oh, you're cheating." And I love that argument. It's like, dude, a lot of people have played this not new video game a lot over a certain period of time, and we're all on this information sharing network called the internet. Someone's going to find something, someone else is going to find something, and it's going to keep compounding. And eventually it gets to the point where it's the people that know about all of this stuff throwing all of these strategies and techniques together into a single run. And they call the crazy thing a speed run. And then some people figured out how to speedrun speedrunning. Those are like the data miners. And you know, the tool-assisted crew. Where it's like, yeah, we were diving into the code of this game and found out that such and such a thing might be possible if someone has the skill and the speed and the timing to pull it off. And none of this is new, of course. Fucking speedrunning has been around since, at the very latest, the early 90s. And then, before that, it was people competing for high scores in arcade games. I mean, fuck's sake, how long has Twin Galaxies been around? Not that there's too many people that take that group seriously anymore, but there's a handful. I don't think I crouched. Yeah, I didn't crouch in time. Ooh, ow. No, dude, quit bonking. Also, I've been noticing on the back of this character's sprite during one of her like falling animations, there seems to be like a really thin line all the way at the back of like where the bounding box of the sprite would be. I haven't obviously been able to just like stand in place jumping up and down to see if I'm actually seeing things right. I'm pretty sure there's a difference between falling from a jump and just falling in this game. Yeah, okay, there. I saw it clear as fucking day just now. It's no, dude. God damn it. Are you dead? Be dead. Let's get my fourth E-tank. Oh, baby. Music from Return of the Obra Dinn. This is a game that's been on my Steam wishlist for a while now. Fuck, you've got to be kidding me. Dude, Space Jump, what are you doing? Okay, now I've heard this song before on Rainwave. I may not have looked over to see what it was, though. I am gonna need some power bombs. Damn, I was just trying to think of how many pro wrestlers from back in the day that actually used the power bomb as their finishing move. How many of them are even still alive? I mean, there's a bunch of guys that did like modified versions of the move that are still around. But I mean, like, Kevin Nash and Scott Norton are like the only ones I can think of. Vader's dead. Sid is dead. It's one of the things about getting old. It's the people you used to watch on TV start turning up dead. You could extend that to every genre and category of entertainment, though. Nope, I just saw Firebat finish. Get on the elevator here. Firebat taken first with a 48-17. GG. Which means I am not obviously doing as well as I was doing in the earlier race. So I was much further ahead. Insane Firebat is scrumdiddlyous. I think we looked up where that slogan came from, because scrumdiddlyous is like not a word. And if it is, I have no idea what it means. Could also just be one of those weird-ass words that got made up when people stopped giving a shit about language. When the world just gave up. Alright. Nice, nailed the jump both times tonight. Do I know this song from anywhere besides Rainwave? Or this game, for that matter? Mabinogi, that sounds familiar. I think I've seen the logo for it before somewhere. I think it might actually be a game in my Steam list. Either like on my wish list or in like my MMO category. If I remember to, I'll take a look. Hop hop. It's a cool song, though. Boink. 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 Ugh. I could take another hit, but I'm not going to. Yeah. Nope. Okay. There we go. Did I still hit Mother Brain on that one shot where I hit the Renko right in front of her? I mean, I saw her head shake, so I kind of think I did, but that's odd. Don't know if I've seen that before. No. Boom. Got her. Oh, yeah. This is another song that seems to come up quite frequently on Friday nights. This and the Pokemon XY League Champion fight. I am not complaining in either case. Again, GoldenEye was so good about doing different iterations and different motifs of the 007 theme in almost all of their songs. She is very angry and blue. And got Timmy. How do I spell done again? There we go. 57:27. Yuck. This is about 2 minutes slower than the 9 o'clock run. See if we can hold it to just 2 minutes, though. But for that, I need to hit her in the face and not in the hands. Do the thing. Yes! When she steps up with her head recoiled like that, it's so funny. I see it so infrequently. Not imagine running that fast in high heels. Holy crap. Of course, I can't imagine walking in high heels. I've seen that one episode of The Simpsons, and that's about it. It in the thing, don't hit shift. 59, 39. So slightly less than 2 minutes worse. That's a good looking 5. We'll keep him around. GG. That is a god-awful 3. Oh my god. That's better. Now I get to just be mad at the time instead of the way that I drew the numbers. That's a 41. Numbers are all magic. Thanks for the races. GG. All right, let's look this up. Where's my... Oh, the reason I can't see my MMO category is because I don't have any of them installed. Okay, that's not where I know that game from. Is it uncategorized? No? Yeah, maybe I just know that game from... Maybe I just know that game and its music from Rainwave. I don't know what else it would be. I might have been thinking Momodora, but I'm fairly familiar with Momodora. Mabinogi, on the other hand, not so much. All right. Dude, I almost made it through my entire request line tonight. To be fair, I did add 2 songs on at the very end. And this is the first of those 2. But I'm probably not going to be able to stretch for long enough in order to get to the last one, so I'll just go ahead and clear that. Air Force! Can stretch long enough for that. Oh boy. Here is your item collection rate, sir. See you next mission. Oh yeah. It has done been did. And we were the ones that done been did it. Ben done did it? Some combination of words. Ah, yes. Delightful room temperature Powerade. I'm gonna have to fix that issue here in a second. Shaboom. Well, alright. So that is gonna wrap things up. Hold on. There we go. There we go. So that is going to wrap things up for me tonight. Big shout out to Punk for hanging out once again. No shout outs to Split Fiction, which decided to not recognize my controller for whatever reason. And it also wasn't recognizing Punk's hardware as well for the second player slot, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Hopefully that gets resolved by next week so we can get back into it. But of course, a big shout out to Insane Firebat and everybody else from the SRL races. Keeping it interesting, keeping it fun every single week. Can't wait to see how many of my little magical numbers I either gained or lost. I can at least check for the 9. No, I can check for both of them. Nice. I had a net gain of 7 points. Very nice. Has that changed where I stand? Yes. I'm tied with Osi? Although I'm at number 24, they're at number 25, even though we have the same number of points. Hell yeah. Get some. Nintoaster's not that far away. It's only a couple spots off of where I'm at. Because Tillamorph dropped 14 tonight. Dang. JC got a point. It's good to see. Anyways. That's going to do it for me. For everybody else. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I will see y'all next time. See ya!